Much love and wholeness to you. So, how do you live your best life? How do we live our best life? It's kind of a saying that gets thrown around, live your best life and all this stuff. But you ever stop and consider that is really a possibility to live your best life? So, how do we do that? It starts by just simply making the choice, making the decision that you want to, not just want to, but you're willing to live your best life. You're willing to live in alignment with your highest timeline. That's what it comes down to, just making that choice. And by simply making the decision, by choosing that for yourself, by consciously choosing that for yourself, you're already putting yourself in alignment with that frequency of actually living that higher life, that best life for yourself. Because one thing to know is that dealing with the quantum field, everything is already happening all at once. Everything, every potential, every possibility, we're just living in the realm of possibility right now. Every decision that we make impacts everything that moves forward for us. So think about it like this. It's a stream and we're flowing in that stream. And there's innumerable amounts of different potentials. We'll just say millions of different potentials, infinite different amount of potentials for the future and what it holds for us. But the future itself doesn't hold anything for us. We choose what we want to experience in the present moment, which then leads to us experiencing that later. So by making the decision that you want to live, that you're willing to live your best life as your best self, then you're aligning yourself with the possibility of living that life. And it sounds very simple, and honestly it is, but simple does not mean easy. Simple does not mean easy. So just because you can imagine your best life, you can think about it, you can visualize it, doesn't mean that you're actually going to experience that. Like I said, you're aligning yourself with that possibility. So you're putting yourself on that frequency, but that means that you have to actually embody that frequency. You have to actually live out that frequency, live out that energy in order to actually live a good life, the best life externally. So now the question becomes, how do I merge with this best reality? How do I merge with this higher reality, this higher timeline? How do I merge with it? How do I actually bring it to me? Or how do I get myself in alignment with that? Well, one, you start by visualizing it. The mind is so powerful. The mind is it's immeasurably powerful in that the capabilities that we can come up with in our minds, like we think like AI and artificial intelligence is this huge advancement in technology and everything, but really already have that right here. We tell it, we give it prompts, and then it spits out an image or a video for us where we can literally do the same thing in our minds, but in the fraction of the time. So our mind can visualize anything. It can come up with anything. Anything that is in reality, anything that is in existence, even sometimes some things that aren't yet in existence. We see it in our minds first, and then we actually bring it into this reality. So it starts by visualizing your reality, visualizing your ideal life. What are you doing? See it, feel it for yourself, feel it in your heart, feel it in your body. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What are you doing? Where are you living? Are you living in, somewhere like Southern California? Are you living in somewhere like Switzerland, the Swiss Alps? Are you living in Italy, Madrid, Spain? Wherever it is, see it for yourself. Are you traveling? Are you buying a new car? Are you buying a new house? Are you buying new clothes? Are you just simply healthy and at peace with yourself? Are you healthy and fully harmoniously at one with yourself? So all that, see it for yourself. How does it look? How does it feel? Even, some things, if you travel, if you could plan on, going to different places, trying out different restaurants and stuff, how does it feel? How does it taste? How does it smell? So all this stuff matters. Include the 5 or more senses into your visualization practice so you can really see it for yourself and put yourself in that experience mentally. Because whatever you see in your mind is what your mind believes to be true. So that's why the more that we repeat affirmations to ourselves, the more that we visualize certain things, we're really putting ourselves in that timeline At this moment, it's a parallel reality, it's a parallel timeline, it's an alternate reality. But the more that we put our consciousness in that reality, the more that that reality merges with our present moment. And then we have almost no choice but to walk that, as long as we choose to walk that, walk into it, allow it to actually manifest for ourselves, bring it to fruition. So see it in your mind and feel it in your heart. Now, the question is, how does this actually become your real reality? How does this become your actual reality? Well, you do it like this. You choose to become the version of yourself that is capable of holding and embodying the frequency of living that ideal life. So let me break it down like this. Everything, like I said, is infinite potential happening all at once. And so if you're embodying, like, your body is a vessel, right? We're here in this body, but it's just a vessel. And same thing with our soul. Our soul is also a vessel. Our spirit is also a vessel. They're all vessels for the I am that we are. And that is just the pure consciousness of the divine creator that's flowing through everything. We're just an aspect of that. So how does that play into living your ideal life? Well, by simply choosing to be on that frequency, you must be willing to embody that frequency fully, embody that energy fully. And so this is going to come with different life changes as you're asking for. It's exactly what you're asking for, these different life changes. And so if you're someone who's willing to take on the responsibility of this new life, this new lifestyle, these new people in your life, these new quote unquote problems in your life, these new opportunities in your life, you have to be ready for all that. You can't just say, I want $10 million and I want to buy a new house and I want to get all this and live this luxury, extravagant lifestyle, but you have no idea how to handle money. You have no idea how to manage it. You have no idea how to actually be a whole, complete human being so that your relationships don't actually just fall off and falter like how they have in the past. So in order to actually receive what you're asking for, you have to get ready for it. Simple as that. And like I said, simple does not mean easy. So how do you get ready for it? Once you see that reality for yourself, once you actually feel it in your heart, you know that it's real. You know that it's happening. Now, your intuition is going to guide you step by step in order to actually live that reality. Like, I'll use myself as an example. I've been feeling the need to travel. So I've been visualizing myself and seeing my best life as me traveling anywhere that I want, whenever I want, staying for as long as I want, barring, visa stuff and all that. But living a life of traveling freely and having all the financial abundance that I need and more to support myself while I'm actually traveling. It's not just traveling just to have fun, it's traveling to learn and grow and discover more of myself. The more that I discover the more of the world, the more I discover aspects of myself that I haven't been able to see. That's why I want to travel. That's why I see myself traveling. That's why at this point in time right now, that's my best life. So what my intuition has been guiding me to do is start creating more content, not just on YouTube, but on Instagram as well. And so literally what I'm about to do after this, after I film this video, is I'm about to drive down to a beautiful spot right on the PCH on the coast and film some content there for Instagram. In the past, I would have looked at that as something that's like shallow, something that doesn't really fit myself and my truth, my brand and all that stuff. But I had to let go of that version of myself that was holding me back, because that old version of myself was looking at that as at creating content and everything as something that's egotistical, or you want to be a social media influencer and stuff like that. But really, that's not the case, because everything that I do, as long as I do it from my heart, my soul, and my spirit, it is in direct alignment with the highest good of the Creator. And so in doing this, taking these next steps in my content creation journey, my content creation career, is I see it as me expressing the will of the divine creator. That's what I see it as, because everything that I do, like I said, is in alignment with it. So by me sharing, place where I live, sharing, different areas around where I live and stuff like that, and just, showing off the natural beauty of Earth, but also putting my own twist on it, speaking from my heart while doing it. That's when I'm doing it at the highest frequency that I'm aware of. And so now I'm taking steps towards living that life that I see myself living, of traveling, because who knows? Well, really, I know, my soul knows, but this is leading me in ways that aren't really seen yet for myself. I see different pathways, but the pathways aren't all the way lit up right now. And so that's when faith comes in. So once you see it for yourself, once you actually see it for yourself in your mind, you feel it in your heart, and now you're listening to your intuition, taking the necessary steps in order to actually live that reality, live that best life. Now it requires faith. Faith, moving forward no matter what. Even if you can't see what's ahead of you, you know that with every step, another step along the way is lit up. Another 5 feet is lit up. Once you take those next steps, now you see even more on the path. Now you take those next steps, and now you see even more on the path. It's a learning lesson because you're learning and growing into the person that you need to be in order to hold that frequency, hold the energy of that ideal life. Because again, if you're not capable of holding that and embodying that, then it's all, even like, no matter what, it's all gonna just fade away. Like, for example, again, people that win the lottery, I forgot what the percentage is, maybe it's like in the 70s or 80s, but the majority of people who win the lottery end up going broke in the next few years because most of the time they have no idea how to manage the money. So they spend it, thinking that it's gonna last forever. But really, that money is just going down the drain. They're just opening up more and more pathways for that water to drain out of that bucket until eventually they don't have any more. Now they can't afford the lifestyle. Now they can't afford the new home, the new cars. Now they can't afford to hang around with their new friends. Now they can't, do a bunch of different things that they used to do. And then now, because they had it and they lost it, now they don't know how to handle that fall back down to reality. So, because in reality, they're living only a taste of their true potential. They had enough power, they had enough influence, they had enough embodiment to actually attract winning the lottery. We may say that this is all luck, but really nothing is lucky. Everything is divinely ordained. Everything is divinely orchestrated. So here's how I see it. Those people aligned with that reality of them winning, but they failed to learn the real lesson in it and actually learning how to maintain it in order to actually, live a sustainable life at that higher level. So this is what you're doing by visualizing it for yourself, seeing that reality is possible for yourself, feeling it in your heart as if it's really right here, right now, because mentally you're placing yourself there. So you feel it in your heart. Your heart sends out that energy into your external reality via the electromagnetic field. And now everything starts to respond to that. Now things start to align more with that reality because that's the energy that you're emitting. So now when you stay in that energy, when you stay with that energy, now your intuition is guiding you to taking those next steps in order to learn how to actually achieve that, for one, and then two, maintain it, and then three, sustain it. So that's we'll say the quest that you're going on whenever you're choosing to live your best life. Now, let's drop back into the present moment and let's go into an actual practice that you guys can do in order to better, have better results for you living your ideal reality, for you manifesting your ideal reality. So we're going to sit in meditation. We're going to begin by slowing our breath, getting our rate of breathing to a cadence of about 4-4. So we're going to breathe in for 4 seconds. So inhale for 4 seconds. And then hold for 4 seconds. And then release for 4 seconds. And then sit in that stillness of no breathing, no breath for 4 seconds. And then as we're doing this meditation, as I'm walking you through it, I want you to remember to maintain that cadence. Some people may have a slightly different cadence, and that's okay. As long as you slow your breathing down to a rate where you're able to be fully present and calm within yourself. As you continue breathing with the cadence of 4, it's also known as box breathing. We're going to drop our awareness into our heart. So take your focus, take your perception, and we're just focusing on our heart, being in our heart space. So continue breathing. Just allow yourself to feel into your heart. Maybe you ask yourself a question of what does it feel like to help you become more familiar with it. Get comfortable. Get comfortable being there and sitting in this space. Now, with your awareness in your heart, allow yourself to visualize your ideal reality. The reality, some say, of your wildest dreams, but it doesn't have to be wild. The ideal reality that resonates with your highest good. This could be anything in the world. You can be experiencing anything that you want, anything that you'd like. All the best things. You can continue living the life that you're living right now, just maybe more peaceful. Whatever your ideal reality looks like for you, see it. See it in your mind while you're still keeping your awareness in your heart. So see it in your mind and feel it in your heart. The more that you see it, allow yourself to have fun with it. What are some scenarios that you see in your mind happening? What are some experiences that you see playing out for you? Maybe you see yourself getting on a plane, taking a flight to Hawaii or somewhere tropical, the Cayman Islands, or Bali, Thailand, Indonesia. Maybe you see yourself getting off the plane and you feel that fresh air hit your skin and that warm sun hit your skin at the same time as you take that deep breath in. And you say, I'm here. I'm here. I made it. I'm here and I'm so grateful to be here. I love this place already. And I can't wait. I'm so excited to explore this place. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Maybe you see yourself in your brand new home. Or maybe you just renovated your new home or your home and made it into a new home. And maybe you have the ideal living room that you've been wanting. Maybe you have that man cave that you've been wanting. Maybe you have a yoga room. Maybe you redid your backyard. Now you have a pool and a water slide. Maybe you just bought that new car. See it. What did it feel like to actually receive that? What did it feel like when you saw it for the first time? What did it feel like when you finally experienced it for the first time? That first drive, that first jump into your pool. What did it look like and what did it feel like to actually see your new home for the first time after it being completed? Play around with it, have fun with it, see it for yourself and feel it for yourself. Let it be real because it is real. It's right here. This is your new reality. You are experiencing it right now. Now, while we're visualizing, allow yourself to say some affirmations like, I'm so grateful for this reality. I'm so grateful to be living this new experience. This is so amazing. And I wonder how much better it can get for me. I love this so much, and I can't wait to share it with my friends and family. As you're seeing yourself, visualize these new possibilities. Visualize having that first get together at your new house. Visualize taking that family trip, taking that group friend trip to Sedona, to Bali, to Italy, to Hawaii, to Costa Rica, to Belize. I'm so grateful to be here right now. I'm so, so, so grateful to be experiencing this. I love this, and I thank you, God. I thank you to my highest self for allowing me to experience this. I'm so glad that I chose this for myself. And I'm so glad, I'm so grateful that I'm able to handle this reality, that I'm able to sustain this reality. This new life is mine. This new life, this new experience is mine. And I love it with all my heart and all my being. I'm so, so, so grateful. So grateful for it. I'm so grateful that I get to wake up to this beautiful view every day. I'm so grateful that I get to experience a new situation, a new experience every day. I'm so grateful that I get to go snorkeling. I'm so grateful that I get to go on a cruise. I'm so grateful that I get to go on a cruise, driving. I'm so grateful that I have all this money in my account, my bank account, my investment account, so that I can live life on my terms. I'm so grateful that I have generational wealth set up for my children and my future children and my grandchildren. I'm so grateful that I'm able to take care of my parents. I'm so grateful that I'm able to take care of all my loved ones. I'm so grateful that all of my loved ones are learning from me and they're growing within themselves so that now they're able to hold these higher realities for themselves as well. I'm so grateful that I've been a beacon of light, that I've been an embodiment of my highest truth. And now as a result of that, I'm calling in everyone else to embody their highest truths. I'm so grateful to be a living example and embodiment of the will of the Creator. So stay in this, and trust in this. Trust in this new energy. Did you feel yourself during this meditation? Have you felt yourself literally elevate? Your energy is now at a higher level. Your frequency is vibrating at a higher level. You're faster. You're processing more things at once. You're processing things faster. You're visualizing things better. Everything within you that's healthy and beneficial is coming online, and it's strengthening. It's improving. So sit with this energy. Feel how it feels for you. Observe it. Analyze it. What does it feel like? I can tell you that for me, it feels like ease, harmony, wholeness, the feeling of gratitude. It feels like I'm laying in a lazy river and I get to just float down the river for as long as I want, and I'm getting to my destination as quickly as the river is taking me, as easily as the river is flowing. No effort. No effort. This feels like effortless progression. Effortless progression with gratitude, with full love, full respect for myself, full honor for myself and the divine creator. Being at ease. Being at ease. You may, if you're like me, you hear songs coming to you, when your intuition is speaking to you sometimes. And the song Cruising by Smokey Robinson just started playing in my mind. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. So what does it feel like for you? You don't have to answer this verbally, but you can answer it within yourself, within your mind, as you become more and more familiar with this feeling. Because the more familiar that you become with it, now you don't have to chase this feeling externally. You don't have to manipulate anything or try to control anything externally to actually try to get this feeling. No. You brought this feeling up within yourself. You literally allowed this feeling to arise within yourself naturally through the power of your own visualization, the power of your own mind, and the power of your own heart. So this feeling is already there. It's already naturally within you. That should tell you that this reality is always available for you. Because again, it's infinite potential, it's infinite possibilities. So this reality is here and now. You're seeing it, you're experiencing it. And now, as you begin to open your eyes, yeah, nothing may look different right now, but your energy is different. The energy of the environment around you is different because of the tone that you set for your life and your reality. So, continue the practice of embodying this energy. You can remain with your eyes closed or you can open your eyes, but the main thing is continue practicing the embodiment of this energy, because the more that you embody this, the more used to, the more comfortable you're getting with holding the frequency of that higher reality. Because I know I keep saying higher reality, as in it's something that's, perceivably higher than you, but really no. Because like I said in the meditation, that reality is here and now. That reality is here for you now, right now. So we use the term higher reality, but really, yeah, that reality is right now. And as you continue embodying this energy, embodying the version of yourself, bring online the aspects of yourself that are required to actually hold this reality, hold the frequency, and let everything that you want manifest for you, continue practicing. The better you get, the more you will see the evidence of everything changing around you. So, conclusion. To make everything practical and grounded, I wrote down the conclusion. So, first, let me just say it like this. So first, in order to live your highest reality, you must first go into meditation and drop into your heart. Go into meditation, drop into your heart space. And then choose the reality that you'd like to experience. Choose the reality that you'd like to live, because the power is in you. The power is in your mind, the power is in your heart, in your soul, in your spirit, in your entire being. The power is you. You are the power. So choose the reality that you'd like to experience. Quick side note, you've already been doing this your entire life too. Based on the programming that you're brought up with, you've been choosing the reality that you've been experiencing for your entire life. Now becoming conscious of this, now the power is consciously yours, so you have the power to choose what you'd like to live and what you'd like to experience. 3, visualize it. See it in your mind and feel it in your heart. See it in your mind, feel it in your heart. Let it be real for you. And then 4, use affirmations like how we use in the meditation to really affirm and crystallize that vision. Because the more solid that it is in here in your mind, the more you feel it in your heart. And the more that you feel it in your heart, the more the external reality around you feels that and starts to shape and remold itself to be in alignment with what you're projecting, the tone that you're setting. Because as you already know, everything in reality is the result of a frequency, the result of a vibration. Everything that we see in existence is vibrating at a certain frequency so that it can appear physical in this reality, when this reality is just a projection, like a hologram, a holographic projection. So the more that we set the tone, the more that we alter the vibration of everything around us, the more that everything around us responds and gets in resonance, harmonic resonance with the tone that we're sending out from our heart. So that's how this works. And then number 5, become familiar with this energy. Become familiar with the energy and the frequency of embodying this new higher reality. So as you see it, as you visualize it, as you feel it, get familiar with that feeling, embody it. That's how this is going to solidify and manifest in this reality. And then 6, continue trusting that it is happening. It already is happening. It's not going to happen. No, it is happening right now. It's all shaping up right now for you to experience it. Trust it. So I'll just go through that again one more time. 1, go into meditation and drop into your heart space. And then 2, choose the reality that you'd like to experience. And then 3, visualize it. See it in your mind, feel it in your heart. And then 4, use affirmations to crystallize and solidify the vision. And then 5, become familiar with embodying the energy of your new reality. And then 6, trust it. Trust that it's happening right here, right now. So let me know in the comments below what reality that you're creating for yourself. This is also, actually writing it out. In this case, we're typing it out. This is also an exercise in us having faith in ourselves so that we can actually manifest this reality for ourselves. So let me see it. I'd love to read it, and I'd love to support you and offer my support in you creating your ideal reality, your new best life for yourself. So I love you. I honor you. And I'm so grateful for this opportunity to share my highest truth with all of you. Much love and wholeness. Ashe.